The Flying Eagles of Nigeria, against all expectations, are no longer in contention when it comes to the title of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. A far cry from our performance in the past, where we at least got to the final, talking about the squad that featured the likes of Tai Taiwo and Mikel Obi. Well, the lessons learned from the Flying Eagles' performance in New Zealand is that we need to tap from the potentials, the individual skills, what the players have to offer, and see how we can bridge them into the future of Nigerian football, talking about making them progress someday into the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And I feel a developmental focus like that will help Nigeria continue to progress. This is Hot Sports, and there's so much to offer you on the program this Saturday. Well, welcome back. It's time to take you to Kaduna. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will today play against Chad in the qualifiers for the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations coming up in Gabon. Of course, all focus on that match as Stephen Keshi, the return of Stephen Keshi, they say, will be having his first assignment in his second coming in that very important Nations Cup qualifier. Of course, the maximum points is what matters now, as we want to forget the nightmare of not qualifying for the last Nations Cup. With me online from the match venue in Kaduna is the media officer of the Super Eagles, Tony Ibitoye. Tony, you are very much welcome to Hot Sports.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tony, what is the situation like in terms of the Super Eagles? What is the camp like?
Well, we've been preparing hard for this evening's game for almost 3 weeks now. The foreign pros have been in camp almost 8-9 days now, working hard every day, training, preparing for this evening's game. And we are getting ready now to start to leave for the stadium. The coaches have told the players what they expect them to do. The players have shown plenty of hunger in training, and we are hoping that by the time the game begins in a few hours from now, we'll be able to translate all our trainings onto the pitch and get plenty of goals to help us get victory in this evening's game.
The general idea has been that Chad is just a small opponent. So are we expecting a lot of goals in today's match in Kaduna?
The most important thing for us is to get a victory. We also need to understand that Chad are not a small team. They are a team made up of professionals in Tunisia, in Morocco, and they have some players also playing in France. They had a friendly game, international friendly game, in the build-up to this game. They beat Guinea 2-1 in France, preparing for today's game. The coach has told the players that we cannot take them for granted. And I'm happy that the coach is taking, and the boys are taking this game with all the seriousness it deserves. Our prayer, as we start the game in a few hours, is number one, to get a victory. Then, if God makes it a very convincing victory for Nigeria, we'll be happy. But the most important thing for us is 3 points. And we'll pick it up from there. But we are hoping that it will be a very convincing victory for Nigeria today.
I won't fail to qualify for the last Nations Cup. I know the boys will be having some very strong feeling in terms of going to face this one on a more serious note. What is the mindset like?
You remember we failed to qualify for 2015 Nations Cup by losing our first game at home to Congo. Everybody underrated Congo, that Congo will just walk onto the beach and take them out. But it turned out to be something else. We never recovered from a poor start, and it affected us all through the qualifiers. And that has been ringing in the hearts and in the heads of these players, that it is important for us to start well so that we can maintain the momentum up to the final day. Coach Keshi has told the boys, starting from today's game, let's take it one game at a time. By the time we are finished with today's game, we will look to the next game and take it one game at a time. And our prayer is that today we start with a convincing win for the Super Eagles, and then we'll build up on it going forward. The players are serious, the coaches are serious. We don't want to make the same mistakes we made in the past. We want to go out there, give 100% and secure convincing victory for Nigeria.
A big game is coming involving the Super Eagles in Kaduna after a very long time. What is the situation like? Is it are you expecting to have massive fan support today?
Yes, even at our training sessions leading up to today's game, the fans have been coming out in large numbers to watch, and so we are optimistic. In fact, we've had a tough time trying to continue the fans sometimes when the team is training ahead of today's game. We're expecting, even as I speak to you, the stadium is a lot of movement in the city. People already on their way to the stadium. We are expecting a full house, and we have told the fans what we want them to do is to support us all the way. Whether the goals come early or they don't come early, they should support us all the way. Support the Super Eagles to victory.
Thank you, Tony, as we look forward to a very comfortable call line at the end of the day.
Yes, please help us to continue to tell Nigeria to continue to support this team and pray for us. And by the grace of God, today's game, it will be victory for Nigeria and convincing victory by the grace of God.
Thank you, Tony, for being part of Hot Sports this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's back to the beautiful game of basketball, and the best when it comes to cadet basketball from the Academicals emerged last Saturday with the All Nigeria Secondary Schools Basketball Championship final held here in Lagos. Of course, the Tigress, the female basketball team, also progressed, getting qualification for the All-Africa Games and, of course, the African Continental Championship. All these and other details will bring to you on Milo Slam Dunk this week.
Slam to win with Nestle Milo. Support the future champions at the Milo Basketball Championship. Watch the thrills, the skills, and the slam dunks. Can't make it to the court? You can still slam to win in stores near you. Buy 2 500-gram packs of Nestle Milo, get a scratch card, scratch the panel on the card, and win lots of exciting prizes instantly. See posters for more details. Everyone is a winner with Nestle Milo. Nestle Milo, the energy food drink of future champions.
Government Secondary School, Barnawa, Kaduna State, and St. Jude's Girls Secondary School, Amaranta, Bayelsa State, on Saturday emerged winners of the boys and girls categories of the 2015 Milo Secondary School Basketball Championships. The Kaduna boys at the Indoor Sports Hall of the National Stadium, Lagos, narrowly beat the boys from St. Peter's College, Ida, Kogi State, 52-51, while the Bayelsa girls beat Idia College, Benin, Edo State, 18-15 to win the gold medals. Earlier in the day, Ilupeju Grammar School, Lagos State, who lost to Kogi in the semi-finals, beat St. Augustine Seminary, Ezangbo, Ebonyi State, 55-33 to win the third-place match in the boys category, while Government Secondary School, Numan, Adamawa State, beat Government Girls Secondary School, Bida, Niger State, 31-29 to pick the bronze in the girls category. General Multan Mohammed College, Yola, Adamawa State beat St. Joseph's College, Nyima, Benue State 20-0 to place 5th in the boys category, while Yejide Girls Grammar School, Ibadan, Oyo State beat Government Girls Secondary School, Jogana, Kano State 37-12 to place 5th in the girls category. Apart from the 200,000 naira which each of the 12 teams at the national finals got, the Kaduna School went home with an additional 150,000 naira, Kogi got 120,000 naira, and Lagos were rewarded with 100,000 naira. Nigeria beat Ivory Coast 88-43 in the second leg of their Zone 3 qualifier to book their place in the Afrobasket Women 2015. Uju Ugoka had 14 points and 11 rebounds to lead 5 players in double figures for the visiting team. Scott Naje's side will compete in the 12-team event in Yaoundé, Cameroon from September 24 to October 3. They attend participation in Africa's leading women's basketball event. They will play in Group B alongside reigning champions Angola, Senegal, Algeria. A qualifier from Zone 2 and the recipient of a wild card to be determined. Afrobasket Women 2015 is a qualifier for the 2016 Rio Olympics. And to the NBA playoff finals. The 2015 NBA Finals is the most watched and highest rated NBA Finals ever on ABC through 3 games. The series is averaging 18,463,000 viewers and a 10.8 US household rating, up 25 and 21% respectively from last year's Miami-San Antonio series. Game 3, in which the Cleveland Cavaliers took a 2-1 series lead over the Golden State Warriors, generated nearly 18.8 million viewers, making it the largest audience ever for a Game 3 on ABC.
Slam to win with Nestle Milo. Support the future champions at the Milo Basketball Championship. Watch the thrills, the skills, and the slam dunks. Can't make it to the court? You can still slam to win in stores near you. Buy 2 500-gram packs of Nestle Milo, get a scratch card, scratch the panel on the card, and win lots of exciting prizes instantly. See posters for more details. Everyone is a winner with Nestle Milo. Nestle Milo, the energy food drink of future champions.
Well, it's Milo Slam Dunk, and we hope you enjoyed all those details from the world of basketball. We'll continue to bring you more gist and more information and more action in the world of basketball, from local basketball here in Nigeria, continental basketball, and of course the NBA, only here on Milo Slam Dunk. Well, it is the main issue on Hot Sports today, and our focus shifts to the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. And many have evaluated their performance in New Zealand and felt they should have done a bit more better, considering pedigree when it comes to age group football, and considering the fact that these are the crop of guys that won the Under-17 World Cup and by now should have blended together to make a formidable squad when it comes to the world stage. But unfortunately, that is how far they can go. The second round of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, not even getting to the quarter-final round. This brings us to the big issue on Hot Sports this week, where we ask, should we concentrate more on an home-based team when it comes to age group football instead of inviting professionals? That is the issue we're addressing on Hot Sports this week. And to trash out the main issue will be Shuka Izuegbuna and Sheun Ajidagba.
Hot Sports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sports news and incisive analysis, backed by exciting visuals. Hot Sports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inevitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
After the fallout of the Under-20 team, the Flying Eagles, at the ongoing Under-20 World Cup, big questions, plenty of questions have arisen, and one of those questions is whether a template should be set for underage teams in Nigeria, where only home-based players get to play for the underage teams. And if you ask me, I will quite agree with that, because the aim and purpose of under-8 teams is to blood players, is to expose their talent for the world to see and help them grow, not necessarily going on to win the tournament. And setting that template is, for me, is the right path to take, and not necessarily looking on to win. Because if you're beginning to scout for talents all over the world just to come and play for the under-20 team, the under-17 team, whichever 8th grade team, it means you're telling the world that you want to win this competition at all costs. So for me, setting the template is right, and that is the path that the NFF should go concerning our 8th grade teams.
There is no argument that the Flying Eagles did not give up a spectacular performance against the European champions, the Germans. But for the Nigerian Football Federation to now say they want to set a template for our age grade teams as we go into future tournaments, I think it's going to be a wrong move. Let's not get it wrong. Whoever is going to represent Nigeria should be somebody who has an affiliation with Nigeria. Why do you want to debar people who operate in saner climes, who operate in very conducive environment, who operate in an environment that they have facilities that are up to date and they've got fantastic equipment? You ask yourself in Nigeria, where are the teams when it comes to 8th grade tournament? You ask yourself a simple question. The Nigerian clubs, how many of them have a thriving and a successful football academy? These are the questions that we leave you with. Whenever you find Nigerians who are within the age bracket, I think they are eligible to play for Nigeria, and that's the way the NFF should go.
let's look at Nigerian history and records in your age grade competitions, under 17, under 20. You will discover that Nigeria has done very, very well in all these age grade competitions. In fact, we're the most successful side in the under 17 championships. We've won it 4 times. The under 20, we've never won it, but we've gotten to the finals. We've won silver, we've won bronze. But you now graduate to the Super Eagles, where we've never gone beyond the second round. What does it tell you? This tells you that there is no developmental program. There is just a program that ensures that Nigeria must win at all costs. This shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case at all.
Okay, and I'm coming. It's as if you are getting things wrong. You are getting things wrong in the sense that nobody is saying Nigeria should go to any age grade tournament with the aim of winning that tournament at all costs. What we are trying to say is that I ask you a simple question: in the Nigerian league, where do you have a thriving academy?
Let's look at it this way. Objectively, right now we have academies growing everywhere in Nigeria now. The clubs might not be running theirs very well, but you can see that players with raw talent are coming out, and that was why we have plenty of players with raw talent in the under 17 team, and that was why we went on to win the tournament.
League that has an academy that is not thriving, you want to compare it to European leagues where they have academics that are thriving, and these players, you know that they have a linkage with Nigeria, and they can play, because the FIFA rule says you can play at under 17 for another country, play at under 20 for another country, play at under 23, but you can decide to switch your allegiance at the senior national team. But I'm saying that is the main reason have affiliation with the country.
This is the main reason why we should set a template where only home-based players, because we don't have that top-notch facilities to expose this raw talent, so that those teams in Europe, in America, let's not get it wrong.
Take for instance now, are you now telling me that, for instance, a Kelechi Iheanacho that came to play for us at under 20 should have come to play? All the players that we should have taken to under 20 competition in New Zealand should have been players who are playing their league here in Nigeria. And I ask a simple question: as under 17,
it does our football.
At under 17, when we went to United Arab Emirates, Kelechi Iheanacho was the best player. He was the second highest goal scorer. He had the most assists. Scouts were there, and they picked him up and they took him overseas.
He was a raw talent.
Does it mean that he's not a Nigerian?
He's a Nigerian.
So why do you not buy him?
We should be talking of getting him into the Super Eagles, which that is what you see in Senna Climbs, as you described.
But if the coach of Super Eagles say he's not ready to field him, what do you do?
He's
eligible to play, and we think that the wealth of experience that he has gathered from Man City will be very effective for us.
He's already playing in top-notch. With top-notch.
He has not playing for senior national team of Man City,
but he's playing.
But he's only playing in an environment that is very organized compared to what we have here.
That is what we don't have here, and that is the reason why we need more of our players to go there so that they can be.
So why does
our Super Eagles can be stronger? Because if all this you play under 17, you win. You play under 20, you win, and you get to the Super Eagles.
We are not talking about
a lot of people.
We are not talking about winning.
Don't really rate under 17.
We are not talking about winning at all costs. Let's not get it wrong.
What we know mentality
is the administrator's mentality. It's the administrator who gave the coaches job that are pushing pressure on the coaches that they must win, and that's why I had issues with the Nigerian people going into the World Cup in New Zealand. We forgot that what should be on our mind should be transitional growth. See these players play for the Super Eagles, God willing, at 2018 World Cup, probably in Russia, if they have not been stripped of the hosting right. But what I'm saying is, anywhere Nigerian talents are and they are within the age bracket, they should be fielded.
What happens to those raw talents that are here in Nigeria who will not get that opportunity because the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho with better facilities have developed more and they take up all that space?
No, the Nigerian Football Federation have a department that is saddled with the responsibility of discovering talent. How have they done their job? Have they successfully done their job?
But you cannot heap that blame on the player whose talent
the clubs that we have in the Premier League. Have they been able to have a functional academy? You say a club say I have an under 20 academy.
It's all about money.
You say a club say I have an under 20 academy. People you find there are people close to 40 years.
Let's not deceive ourselves. Football is a money game, and We know that in Europe, in the Americas, they have more money than we have here in Nigeria. It's hard enough for the Nigerian clubs to manage their first team, not to talk about a feeder team. That is why you see plenty of raw talent playing here and there, and not for organized clubs. When they manage to get into academies, they are able to groom them a little. But that is the more reason why we should expose them. There are no competitions.
Let's set a record straight. At under 17 United Arab Emirates, we saw Kelechi Iheanacho shown like a million fans.
The bulk of
and
those players
that was why Man City
at home
came to pick him.
Yes.
And they took him there.
Yes.
Now at under 20 level,
let's not forget,
how many of those players will get to the national team? So what you're now telling me,
let's not get it all muddled up. Those players that won the under 17 World Championship,
yes,
they all played in Nigeria.
Yes.
If at that level, it's still raw talent. There's basically little or no technique to the world stage. But as you grow under 20,
I asked you a simple question. Was it because the Nigerian team did not win this under 20? That's why people are setting this.
No, it's other countries.
The Brazilians who have abundant talent that is almost as good as Nigeria in terms of producing talent. Still went to bring players from Manchester United, went to bring players from different leagues to come and play at the under 20.
Yes,
now you tell me, why did they not pick all their players playing in Brazil?
If you look at these countries, you cannot compare. At home, they have the facilities. We don't have. We at the national level, at senior level, they win things because there's a graduation program. Even when those players don't get to play,
The problem with you people that you don't win is because
we are reliant,
there is a difference between a sample and a population. There is a difference between a sample and
nucleus of players, and when they don't function well, we don't have a backup. Which before, in the days of Stephen Keshi, why was Nigeria dominating Africa? Because we had plenty of players in Europe.
Our people they talk and say, know how when the nose won't be reach when danger come, you know if he smell am. USC Soccer Lifeline, the Obonga program, where you they hear all the etc. things them will concern the world of soccer.
They don't say I played that ball as goal for my mind.
As one guy won't score ball, he no score. Make a come open mouth say, man, I for score this ball. Now I feel say talk. Say if na me I for score this ball. Now they look me. Can you say waiting? Make I say I for score this ball. I shut up. I feel continue. What were you saying? USC Soccer Lifeline. My name is Yo. Make I catch you for TV, nothing maker.
Well, it's the final whistle on hotsports, and what we are saying is that now is the time to set the template and see how we can concentrate on developmental football. How much talent do we want to get from these age group teams instead of emphasizing on winning the title all the time, and at the end of the day not being able to annex talented players for the senior national team, the Super Eagles. So the concentration should be more on our home-based players. See how you can get them united enough, get them fortified enough for a positive result when it gets to the world stage. From the case studies we have seen with the Flying Eagles, bringing those foreign-based players just at the last minute, I think was one of the problems the team have not been able to blend with the main team and forming a solid squad that can take us to the next level. And unfortunately, the much ado about a certain Kelechi Iheanacho did not really take us anywhere. For Kelechi Iheanacho, the Manchester man, it was just a flash in the pan. And we hope next time we'll be able to coordinate our team very well, bring the players together in good time, and go for better results. That is how far we can go on hotsports this week. We'll be back again next Saturday.